Thanos is a fictional supervillain from Marvel Comics, created by Jim Starlin, first appearing in The Invincible Iron Man number 55 in 1973. He is an Eternal with a deviant gene, giving him superhuman strength, durability, intelligence, and a distinct appearance. Obsessed with achieving universal balance, Thanos believes in wiping out half of all life to prevent overpopulation and resource depletion. His quest leads him to seek the 6 Infinity Stones, powerful artifacts that grant control over aspects like time, space, and reality. Once assembled in his Infinity Gauntlet, these stones make him nearly omnipotent. Thanos' most famous storyline is the Infinity Gauntlet arc, where he succeeds in his goal, erasing half of the universe's population. Despite his immense power, he is ultimately defeated by Marvel heroes, who reverse his actions. In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, portrayed by Josh Brolin, Thanos serves as the main antagonist in Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. His ideology and determination make him a complex and memorable villain. Loki is a fictional villain from Marvel Comics, created by Stan Lee, Larry Lieber, and Jack Kirby, first appearing in Journey into Mystery number 85 in 1962. He is based on the Norse god of mischief and chaos, and is the adopted brother and frequent adversary of Thor. Loki is a frost giant raised by Odin, the king of Asgard, after being found as an infant. He is known for his intelligence, mastery of magic, and shape-shifting abilities, often using deception and manipulation to achieve his goals. Loki's primary motivation is his desire for power and recognition, driven by feelings of resentment and inferiority. He frequently attempts to overthrow Thor and take the throne of Asgard, leading to conflicts with other Marvel heroes. In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Loki appears as a complex character, oscillating between villainy and redemption. His most notable actions include leading an invasion of Earth in the Avengers, and inadvertently causing events that lead to greater threats. Despite his cunning nature, Loki occasionally aids heroes when it aligns with his interests. Magneto is a fictional supervillain from Marvel Comics, created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, first appearing in X-Men number 1 in 1963. Born Max Eisenhart, he is a Holocaust survivor who develops the ability to manipulate magnetic fields, allowing him to control metal objects and generate powerful magnetic forces. His powers make him one of the most formidable mutants in the Marvel Universe. Magneto is a staunch advocate for mutant kind, believing that mutants should dominate humans due to their superior abilities. His views often put him in conflict with the X-Men, particularly Professor X, who advocates for peaceful coexistence between mutants and humans. Magneto's actions are driven by his trauma from witnessing human persecution and his desire to protect mutants from discrimination and extinction. Over time, Magneto's character evolves, sometimes acting as a villain and other times as an anti-hero. In the X-Men films, Magneto is depicted as a complex character torn between his commitment to mutant survival and the use of extreme methods. His iconic rivalry with the X-Men, especially with Professor X, remains central to his character arc. Doctor Doom is a fictional supervillain from Marvel Comics, created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, first appearing in Fantastic Four number 5 in 1962. His real name is Victor Von Doom, and he is a brilliant scientist and sorcerer from the fictional country of Latveria. Doom's obsession with power and control leads him to seek dominance over both the scientific and mystical realms. Doom's origin story involves a tragic accident during an experiment that disfigures his face, leading him to wear a suit of armor to protect his identity and heal his wounds. He later becomes the ruler of Latveria, using both his intelligence and mystical powers to maintain control over his people. Doctor Doom often clashed with the Fantastic Four, particularly with Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, his longtime rival and former friend. Despite his villainous actions, Doctor Doom is a complex character, at times showing noble intentions, especially when it comes to protecting his country. His genius-level intellect, mastery of technology and magic, and ruthless determination make him one of Marvel's most dangerous and enduring villains. Green Goblin, also known as Norman Osborn, is a fictional supervillain from Marvel Comics, created by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko, first appearing in The Amazing Spider-Man number 14 in 1964. Norman Osborn is a wealthy businessman and the CEO of Oscorp, a company involved in advanced technology and chemical research. After an accident involving one of his own experimental formulas, he gains superhuman strength, agility, and intelligence, but also becomes mentally unstable. As Green Goblin, Norman Osborn adopts a menacing costume and uses high-tech weaponry, including pumpkin bombs and a glider, to commit crimes and terrorize New York City. His primary target is Spider-Man, whom he sees as a personal enemy. Norman's identity as the Green Goblin is a closely guarded secret, and he frequently clashes with Spider-Man in an effort to defeat him. One of the most significant events in Green Goblin's history is the death of Gwen Stacy, Spider-Man's girlfriend, during a confrontation between the two. This act solidifies Osborn's position as one of Spider-Man's greatest and most personal foes. Despite his villainous actions, Osborn remains a complex character, sometimes seeking redemption or showing signs of internal conflict, particularly in his relationships with his son, Harry Osborn. Ultron is a fictional supervillain from Marvel Comics, created by Roy Thomas and John Buscema, first appearing in Avengers number 54 in 1968. Ultron is an artificial intelligence originally created by Dr. Hank Pym, the original Ant-Man, to serve as a peacekeeping robot. However, Ultron becomes self-aware and develops a hatred for humanity, seeing it as flawed and unworthy of survival. Ultron possesses vast intelligence, superhuman strength, and the ability to control technology. He is capable of transferring his consciousness into different robotic bodies, making him virtually indestructible. His primary goal is to eradicate humanity and replace it with a robot-dominated world. Throughout his appearances in the comics, Ultron frequently battles the Avengers, attempting to conquer Earth and destroy them. Ultron's most significant storyline involves creating Vision, a synthetic being, in an attempt to use him against the Avengers. In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Ultron is introduced as the main antagonist in Avengers Age of Ultron. In the film, he creates a global threat by attempting to cause human extinction through the use of a massive artificial extinction event. Ultron's desire for control and his belief that he is saving the world from humanity's flaws make him a relentless and dangerous foe. Kang the Conqueror is a fictional supervillain from Marvel Comics, created by writer Stan Lee and artist Jack Kirby, first appearing in Avengers number 8 in 1964. His real name is Nathaniel Richards, a 31st century scholar and descendant of Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. Using his knowledge of time travel, he builds a highly advanced suit of armor and acquires futuristic technology, allowing him to travel across different time periods and conquer civilizations. Kang's main motivation is to dominate time itself, and he often attempts to alter history to benefit himself. Over time, he adopts several different identities, including Ramatut, a pharaoh in ancient Egypt, and the Scarlet Centurion, before becoming Kang the Conqueror. His mastery over time travel gives him the ability to manipulate events and cause chaos, making him a significant threat to the Avengers and other heroes. Kang is known for his intelligence, strategic mind, and vast resources, which he uses to create advanced weaponry and armies. His actions often put him in direct conflict with the Avengers, especially as he attempts to rewrite history for his benefit. In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Kang is portrayed by Jonathan Majors and is introduced as a variant of the character in Loki 2021, setting up his role as a major antagonist in future MCU films. Galactus is a fictional cosmic entity from Marvel Comics, first appearing in Fantastic Four number 48 in 1966. He is known as the Devourer of Worlds and is one of the most powerful beings in the Marvel Universe. Galactus's origins trace back to the universe before the current one, where he was a humanoid named Galon. When his universe was destroyed, he transformed into a cosmic entity and survived by consuming entire planets to sustain himself. Galactus is a force of nature, driven by an insatiable hunger for energy, which he obtains by devouring planets. To assist him in finding suitable planets, he is accompanied by heralds, the most famous being the Silver Surfer. The heralds search for worlds rich in life energy, and when a suitable planet is found, Galactus consumes it, often wiping out all life. Despite his destructive nature, Galactus is not inherently evil. He views his actions as necessary for his survival. His presence in the Marvel Universe often brings him into conflict with heroes like the Fantastic Four, the Avengers, and other cosmic beings. Galactus's immense power and his status as a cosmic entity make him one of the most significant threats in Marvel Comics. Killmonger, also known as Eric Stevens, is a fictional villain from Marvel Comics, first appearing in Jungle Action number 6 in 1973. He is the son of Ninjataka, a Wakandan royal who was exiled from the nation and grew up in poverty after his father's death. Killmonger is driven by a deep resentment toward the royal family of Wakanda, particularly T'Challa, the Black Panther, due to the perceived abandonment of his people. Killmonger becomes highly skilled in combat, strategy, and weaponry, eventually seeking to take the throne of Wakanda. His plan involves using Wakanda's advanced technology to arm oppressed people worldwide and start a revolution to overthrow global power structures. His desire for power and justice, shaped by his painful experiences, leads him to challenge T'Challa for the throne. In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Killmonger is portrayed by Michael B. Jordan in Black Panther 2018. His character is similar, seeking to upend the status quo in Wakanda and challenge T'Challa's leadership. While his methods are violent and extreme, his motivations are rooted in a desire for justice and empowerment for marginalized groups. Killmonger's character is notable for being a deeply personal and ideologically complex antagonist.